The U.S. asylum system is found to be grossly inefficient and overwhelmed by hundreds of thousands of meritless claims. One America's Kristian Rouz looks at the latest immigration challenge.
A judicial system that takes 5+ years to get a resolution on a case is not one that's functioning properly.
New reports detail chaos and dysfunction in the midst of America's asylum system that hurts both immigrants and the U.S. economy. A group of AP reporters visited asylum centers and courts along the U.S.-Mexico border, only to find overcrowding, delays and despair, as more than 1 million asylum seekers are awaiting a decision on their fate. This adds to tens of thousands of migrants sent by President Trump to Mexico to wait for their court hearings.
There's this thing called asylum, but we're not protecting it in the way that we have in the past. There's just so much negative attention on the immigration system right now.
Asylum courts are administered by the Justice Department, and officials say the system has been mismanaged and neglected by the previous administrations for decades. The current crisis broke out after hundreds of thousands of migrants from Central America, Africa and even Asia rushed to the U.S.-Mexico border starting in 2017, fearing that President Trump could enforce tougher immigration laws. Human rights groups say the entailing chaos is depriving legitimate asylum seekers of their chance to start their lives over again in the U.S.
The dysfunction here is really the point. So many obstacles in the path of people who want to come here, especially asylum seekers, that people will simply give up. And I think all of these little pinpricks are examples of those obstacles.
President Trump has taken practical measures to clear the immigration backlog and streamline the asylum system. This includes the Remain in Mexico policy, safe third country agreements with Central American nations, and hiring hundreds of new immigration judges. But the president admits this is not enough, and Congress must change immigration laws to make the system fair and beneficial for all. Meanwhile, Congress is busy doing this.
The Constitution demands the removal of Donald J. Trump from his office as President of the United States.
At this point, most asylum seekers have to wait for more than 5 years to have their case reviewed. Meanwhile, AP found even when their asylum claim is finally scheduled to be heard, many migrants are not even able to present their case because they don't speak English. President Trump says America has always welcomed outstanding talent to build its economy, but hundreds of thousands of uneducated migrants are now preventing that.
It's a disgrace. Democrat-backed policies have left our borders overrun, our detention facilities overwhelmed. As fast as we build them, they fill up, and our hospitals, schools, and public resources overburdened.
As of now, reports say asylum judges have to double book case hearings due to a lack of interpreters and migrants not showing up, while huge caseloads and frequent rules changes aren't helpful either. In this light, many legitimate asylum seekers eventually start exploring other unspecified options. Kristian, Rouz, One American News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.